Hello everyone and welcome back. So today we've literally just come back from Wales Comic Con. So as per last year, I'm going to do a review slash overview of what happened. So first things first, I had a bit of a weird experience with one of the queues where somebody came, one of the crew kind of looked at me and went, "You did a YouTube video on us last year, didn't you? I watched it." And I was like, yeah. And she said the name and everything. I just wanted to thank you because that's actually in the length of time I've been doing this, that's the first time I've ever been recognised. So, yay, I'm internet famous, I suppose. So, if you remember my video from last year, there were, I did say there were a lot of issues and stuff, but the one thing I have to do this year is this. Well done, guys. I mean, if you've been on the internet, you'll know that we got hit by, I think it was Storm Harriet. I think that's the name of it. I think that's what happened. So the weather was beyond terrible. I mean, oh my god, why are we here terrible. I mean, you could see a lot of people were just, I mean, there was a lot of Trench Con goers, but I was joking with people that it certainly separated the men from the boys, as it were, because, the thing was with the way our day had been planned, our photo shoots were all at 3 o'clock, so we were in that rain for a while. So we, as the wife did VIP, which is what I've got here. I did early bird, but because I was with her, we could kind of, we used her VIP to do a lot of stuff in a very quick amount of time. So the first person we met was Jennifer Morrison from Once Upon a Time in House. I'm aware of her from House, but I just wanted to be there with her when she got a photo taken with her. She seemed fairly nice. I mean, obviously there's a lot of grumbling about how much people are charging for selfies these days, but my wife just wanted one anyway, and she seemed fairly okay. She actually went off at one point to wash her hands. I was like, I wondered if it was like, something. One of the people she was dealing with, I don't know. But she came back. She was absolutely fine. And then after that, I don't know if I've mentioned this previously on the channel or not, but I've got a Hellboy 2 poster. Actually, I've got it right here. Actual cinema poster of Hellboy. As you can see there's Jonathan Krauss. But I've been trying to get Ron Perlman to sign it for something in the region of about 5 years, and I've had literally no luck with him and a lot of the other cast members, which led the wife to have this kind of joke that basically the poster's cursed. I'm like, I've lost it twice. But so she was like, okay, she up until the day before, she was like, God, he's going to cancel. But Ron Perlman didn't. So after 5 years of trying, I actually got to meet Ron Perlman, which was like, he was Ron Perlman. He's a man's been in everything, anything you could possibly think of. He's most probably been in it or has some connection to it at that time. So I'll actually just show you the autograph here. I think I will put a picture up near the end, but there it is. So I've actually managed that, which I was fairly pleased about. Let's put that back in its tube. And he was really, I mean, he's very Ron Perlman. I think that's the only way you can describe it, meeting him. He was, because I told him basically about it, and he was like, oh, good luck with everyone else. And I was like, thanks, I think I needed that. After that, I did Robert Buckley from iZombie and Once Upon a Time. He's written a few other things, and that's what he's mostly known for. He, again, as with the current running theme of iZombie people, was basically lovely. I'm just going to move a bit. I'm going to put a picture there of what he wrote in the autograph, which is something along the lines of, I can actually see here, thanks for braving the rain, which was, because he just looked at you and he was like, bloody hell, why are you people coming, And I had quite a big chat with him, because he was like, talked about it's interesting the fact I had 4 cats, and about the end of iZombie. You know, because I was like, because there's a lot of sad people. It's going to be ending soon, but you know, we were okay. So after that, I went to the picture with Robert Buckley. Now, if you remember from my video of last year, the photo shoots on the Saturday were a complete clusterfuck, but they've learned the lesson. I might put a picture of the event map up here, but basically they changed, you know, they have this big tent, and weirdly enough, what I said last year was you should get rid of the wrestlers and do something with that space, which is what they did. They actually had the photo shoots in that, or 2 of them anyway, in that tent, A and B. So C was mostly only really used on the Saturday for Rupert Grint and a couple of David Tennant and Billy Piper stuff. Now, obviously, if the weather had not been the tail end of a hurricane or a storm or whatever, it might have been a bit okay. But obviously, because of the way that they were doing it, they would kind of feed people in kind of bits, because they'd had it separated into 3 queues. There was like the VIPs queue, and then there was 2 big kind of lines for the general entries. But they actually obviously had to wait for the previous one to end. So, I got in, got my photo with Rob Buckley again, absolute sweetheart. So then came to the next shoot that we had, which was 2 hours. We kind of wandered around the site as best we could in the weather. I think having all the merch in that tent was fairly a good idea. Obviously, there were some issues with some of the stock. People's stock was getting ruined, but the roof was not leaking in an epic sense, if you know what I mean, but there was leaks. So people had to kind of cover stuff up or remove stuff, or, you know, so they tried their best. So the first shoot that we had of the day was Kiefer Sutherland. Now, we didn't get his autograph, we couldn't afford it, but he was in the, I mean, everyone's reported he was absolutely wonderful, which was fairly nice. I'll put the picture here. It might not have my wife in it, I might crop her off and just have me and him. But the weird thing was, when we left, there was a guy there with a big lap pile of boxes, and he said, "Have you just had a photo shoot?" We showed him a ticket, and he handed us a completely free copy of his new album, which I was like, okay, you know, I wasn't expecting it, but it's quite nice. We have actually listened to it. We listened to it on the way home yesterday and today, and it's pretty good. I quite liked it. I might put the picture of the album here. It's called Reckless and Me, I think. It's very whiskey-soaked, old-school country stuff. It's pretty good. I quite liked it. So after that, we had the photo shoot with Jennifer Morrison. Bing! Which, again, she was fairly sweet with. And then after that, because Andrew Scott had cancelled, we kind of walked out and had to walk straight in, which is fairly cool. And that was Ron Perlman's shoot, which I will now go bing here. Okay, so and that was the end of our day. It was like about 5:30. It was closing in half an hour anyway. So we were like, sod this, let's go home. So we waited till today. Which is Sunday today, when this is being recorded, so we didn't have much to do. My wife and me had the Eve Miles shoot, and I wanted to go to the Ron Perlman tour, because by the looks of the way the timings all worked, we could make it to that. So we went to Eve Miles. She was like Meatloaf. If you've seen my video about LSEC, she wanted to talk to you, you know, which is kind of nice. And my wife commented on a story that John Barrowman had told about them getting drunk and dancing nude on a balcony, and she kind of looked at both of us and went, "They aren't stories." And, you know, it's kind of funny. We didn't go get her autograph, but we kind of said if she does come back to another con, we're going to go, because she did seem very bouncy and fun. I'm going to put the picture of the photo shoot here. And then after that, it was, of course, Ron Perlman, the talk, and he was, again, very Ron Perlman. I might actually stop myself here and I could just play the intro of him coming up.
Panel. That's pretty cool, isn't it? Yeah. So, without any further ado, please make some noise for the man himself, Mr. Rob Perlman.
I got to ask a question. I asked him about, because I mean, generally it's well known that he's an actor that people go to discuss how to act through prosthetics. I can never say that word. And you know how he learned that, and how long did it take to get his Beauty and the Beast makeup on, and it all seemed to take around 4 hours. So that was it, really. That was like the end. But I will say, if you are watching, Jamie or Shane or anyone from the team, aside of the weather, if you stick with this, I think you won't have any further issues. I mean, I think one of the things people was asking for was obviously covering the queues for the outsides, but with that weather, I honestly don't feel that would have made the slightest bit of difference. I think they would have had to have been removed. They could have been a health and safety risk if they'd have tried something like that. But a definite improvement. I mean, honestly speaking, as a gamer and, you know, a person of that type, usually when people say, "Oh, well, we're going to listen to your feedback," you know, we've learnt lessons, and I honestly feel that this time they have. I think the only things people, excuse me, issues they had was did still feel massively overcrowded in certain areas. I mean, another big change they did was in this like gym where your sign-in normally is. They removed all of the merch, like all the merch sellers, and kind of angled it all, and that made it a lot better. That was also a really good change, which I think they should keep. So I suppose the questions are, what do you think? I think we've definitely got an A+ with some of the guests they have managed to get. I mean, obviously with those types of guests, the prices were fairly. I mean, Rupert Grint's alone was like, whoa, wow, you know, no, I did not meet him. But it was definitely better. It was a lot better than it was in December. They've definitely improved, and obviously, if there's stuff they need to look at for when December's one happens, hopefully they can do. So, I mean, that's really it. It was definitely a lot better than last time. So next time you'll see me, I'll be most probably discussing LFCC, because that's the next con we've got. There may be other videos. I am still going to continue the streaming. I've finished the Papers, Please recordings. They're going to start filtering out over the next couple of weeks. I'm actually going to schedule them, because I'm going to have to be back in work soon, so I might not have any full time to record stuff. So I've done a couple of block recordings, split them up into episodes. You'll be seeing them soon. So thank you very much for watching, and have a wonderful day. Thank you very much. Bye bye.